Happy full moon in Sagittarius, moon babes. It's been such a long time since I've sat down to do a pick a card, to record a reading in general. Usually when I'm at markets, I will pull my phone out during the downtime and record quick little messages. And so the videos I've been uploading have been just that, little snippets from the markets. But today we're gonna do a pick a card. I've been racking my brain on like what to title this video, what to title this reading, like what's the question. And what keeps coming up is like what's next, what's gonna happen next. Not that I feel like we need to know, but if you're curious about what might be coming for you, I'm gonna say for the summer, so for the next 3 months. If you're watching this past summer 2025, just take it how it resonates. Take it for the time that you're watching it. I'm gonna go ahead and pray before we dive in. And oh, what else do I need to say? The piles, you can pick a number or you can pick a picture of a plate. Well, videos. I'll put those up now and I'll meet you at your time stamp after the prayer. Dear Divine, thank you so much for connecting the collective and I thank you that I am a clear channel and vessel for the messages that need to come forth for their highest and greatest good. I thank you that this reading will go uninterrupted, that there will be no distractions, no negative dark forces penetrating our sacred space and our sacred time, that everything that I say will land on fertile ground, and that the collective is able to take action from this reading with so much love in our hearts, clarity in our minds, and gratitude on our lips. We say, okay, hi, my pile one. Let's see your cards recognition. Ooh, movement in reverse and jealousy. Ooh, okay, I know this might look pretty interesting right off the bat, but I think I feel some very good energy off of this. What I'm getting here is there being a time of things being uneven, imbalanced. I'm looking at the numbers here on the front of this train car, and 5 and 9 are both odd numbers. 4 and 5 is 9, 9 and 9 is 18. That makes me think of the moon. So behind the scenes, it might have felt like things were stagnant, but other people, those who are jealous, they might have looked at you and said like, oh, she's still got it all together, he's still got it all together, whatever, without knowing the backstory, without knowing that you felt stuck or stagnant. And so I feel this overall energy of not only you stepping into your power, but you recognizing for yourself the moves that you've made and the progress that you've made. I am going to be using a newer deck that I recently got off Amazon called the Ocean Tarot. I'm going to link any of the decks that I use. I'm going to link them in the description. But I just love this deck. It was like $20, I want to say, and look how pretty. So let's clarify this recognition. I feel like I could just stop the reading there because that feels like the summary, but in case you want some more, I'm just going to clarify a little bit more. Spirit, can you clarify recognition, please? Okay, now what about movement? Okay, I'm going to take all of these actually. Yeah, it's pretty much a I love when this happens, when I get the energy right off the bat and then the cards just kind of flow. I'm gonna take this. Okay, so clarifying this recognition energy, we have Six of Spears, which is, and this deck Spears is Swords. So whatever you're being recognized for publicly, you might have like walked away from it. You might have gone the opposite direction. I find it very interesting that this mer woman is like sitting on this big shark. And as you can see, the shark is just beneath the surface. I feel like people have underestimated your power and your strength, and that's because you don't flex so much. I'm laughing because I personally resonate with this message. Like, whether this means that you are small in stature or you just have a baby face or whatever the case may be, people look at you and they don't assume a threat, but it's a whole motherfucking big ass shark underneath you. And so this lets me know, like, you have gone away from whatever. Let's say you stepped away from your calling, or you took a pause in your business or whatever. I get the sense that you're coming back to yourself, or coming back to this thing, and you're going to be recognized for it. Next, we have the Death card in reverse. So yeah, this lets me know that you had this period of time where you were stepping away from the thing, and like not necessarily avoiding it, but like you didn't want any parts anymore. And so I'm getting this vibe of like escapism. But also with Death in reverse, clarifying recognition, it's also giving me like they can't stop you. They can't stop you, like, no matter how hard they try. And Eight of Pearls, Eight of Cups. Yeah, this energy of like leaving, of like not wanting to be bothered, or not wanting to pay attention to this area of your life. If this is business or like some sort of creative endeavor, you were terribly missed while you were gone. And even though it looked like, or it might have felt like, behind closed doors, like there was stagnancy, or even to these haters, these jealous people, it looks like there was no movement, but there was a lot of movement and a lot of growth. And I'm saying that also because of the Death card. Like, death doesn't show up and not take something. And I'm getting this like imagery of a garden. Like, sometimes your garden looks like it's dying. It looks like it's, not going to yield a crop, whatever. And then lo and behold, a week later, 2 weeks later, boom, there's growth, there's movement, there's momentum. And speaking of momentum, we have the Three of Pentacles, or the Three of Treasures. So this is giving me the vibe of someone coming in to help you like get out of this stagnant energy. This could even be yourself and like the divine. Doesn't have to be, but if this is a physical person, like they're gonna help you see the beauty, the strength, the power that you have in order to like move forward. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like you are wanting to stay stuck in this like hermit mode. Like you're really not trying to hear it. But Spirit is saying like there are people, places, and things that want to collaborate with you, that want to work with you. And you kind of just have to like, I don't want to say get over it, but there's work to be done and you're being called back into service. So you might as well buck up, Buttercup, because the things that you have to offer the world are very valuable, and you're needed at this time. So let's see this jealousy, Nine of Spears, so Nine of Swords. When I first saw this card, I was thinking of Nine of Wands, and that talks about like the wounded warrior. Like somebody who's already been through the fight, they've been through the battle, they're tired, they want to rest. Nine of Spears talks about, or Nine of Swords talks about being mentally drained, mentally exhausted. So if you're feeling this mental exhaustion, or you're feeling this icky energy, like you can't quite place it on like specific people, or let's just say it's not like out in the open, like it's not them saying like, oh, I quite literally am jealous of you. I get the sense that you might be feeling this like under the surface. You need to ante up your protection. And this is very interesting because I just posted yesterday about protection work, and on the newsletter I talked about protection work as well. So I'm a little nosy. I want to know, like, what are these people jealous of? Interesting. The first card to fly out was Page of Pearls. So Page of Cups, like, if you aren't a water sign, you have this very whimsical energy about you. This very ethereal, it's giving heavy Pisces energy. I'm not gonna lie. It's giving heavy Pisces energy, but water energy in general. People are jealous of the whimsy that you carry. And it's like, you're so lighthearted. You have this very carefree vibe. And I get the sense that people are just like, well, how come I don't get to do that? How come I can't have that life? Like, what did they do to get that? And I feel like what you did to get that was nothing. Like you put yourself in this carefree energy. You focus on, I'm looking at this little pearl here and how it looks like an orb. I feel like even though on the outside looking in, people don't know your tea. They don't know your lore. They don't know what you've gone through or what's pushed you in the past to this like energy of wanting to walk away, wanting to be completely done, out of the limelight, out of your calling. They don't know what it took to get you to walk away from things. However, during this time where you walked away and it looked like there was no movement, no progress, no growth, you actually were focusing on your chi. You were focusing on yourself. And I get the sense that now that you're coming back into community with others, or now that you are coming out of this hermit mode, even though you don't want to, and it feels like you're kind of, what just came to mind was dragging teeth, but that makes no sense. It feels like you're just like begrudgingly doing this because you've gotten very comfortable in this space with yourself, by yourself. Like looking at all these cards, the only card that has multiple people is this Three of Pentacles. So like you've really cherished this alone time that you've gotten. Knight of Treasures in reverse. Yeah, these people, like, they don't know what it took to get you to go to this place where you're like, fuck it, I'm done, I'm out. But they also can't figure it out for themselves because it's in the reverse. Like, they're jealous because they can't figure out the tangible for themselves. And so it's like they're trying to figure out your secret sauce. It's like I'm laughing so much because this message is resonating for me personally, but it's like they can't figure out your secret sauce. They don't know how you've been through like all the shit that you've been through. They don't know all the shit that you've been through, but you've kind of alluded to it, or they know like, you know, everybody's human, everybody has problems. But like their problems aren't as big as mine. So like, how did they figure it out? It's unfair. Yeah, that's the energy. It feels unfair to them that you get to stay in this whimsical energy, that you are in this healed space, that you seemingly don't have problems anymore. And that's a them problem. Yeah, like even on your worst day, you still look the fuck good. You still carry yourself very well. And they just can't figure it out. Queen, yeah. Yeah. So confirmation that this pile, I feel like a lot of people who pick this pile will be water signs. And as I said earlier, like you focusing on this or this chi, your energy, like that's what's got them sick. Even looking at her, I don't know, can you guys see this? Well, okay. So she's got these earrings on, but the earrings are kind of plugged into her ear. They're not like, it's not like in a ear hole, like a piercing. And so, yeah, I just get this vibe of you like tuning out the world and not paying attention to other people's bullshit. Good for you. Good for you. Let me get some messages on guidance, like Spirit. Now that we know the vibe, like what is pile one's guidance? Like what are their next moves? What would you like them to do? Oh, okay. Period. 10 of Pearls, or 10 of Cups in reverse. It did come out reverse. I'm not reading this as like a negative thing, just the energy. So with 10 of Pearls coming out, 10 of Cups vibe. I'm thinking of Atlantis. Follow your dreams, follow your passion. Milo was the main character in that movie, I want to say. And I just remember him really wanting to like be a part of that group. It's been a while since I watched the movie, but I'm getting that that vibe very strongly. Just continue to focus on yourself and your own happiness and creating that for yourself. Like, stop paying attention to the jealousy, the haters, the envy. And I know it feels unfair because it's like, oh, like, why are people jealous of me? Like, don't they know? And it's like, no, they don't know. And they don't have to know. They're not entitled to know. Like, you just need to focus on you and what you, alchemy. So this is Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. Like, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is not everybody knows your pain. They don't know your lore, and they don't have to know your lore. And I know you kind of want to be understood, or you want people to know, like, if you could do it, they could do it. You want people to know that, like, the things that you've been through were difficult and you've had to overcome. But them being jealous is like wasted energy. I know that you want people to know that, but that's not the focus. Your guidance here is to focus on alchemizing that energy. So this is giving the vibe of like, I've been seeing this post float around on Instagram lately where it's like, may any negative energy, bad words, whatever, may it be turned into money and blessings, or something along those lines. So this is giving that vibe of like taking the negative energy that's thrown at you and you alchemizing it into your 10 of Cups. Yeah, the world. And see how she gets to be free, and she has all these beautiful animals floating around her, and even her face kind of looks like, oh yes, finally. I feel like that's a beautiful place to end the reading. So overall guidance is to continue to focus on your inner happiness, your peace, prioritizing alchemy instead of trying to block out energy. Heavy on the protection though. I'm seeing candles. So I don't know if you burn candles or have been interested in some candle work, but yeah. And as I say that, I'm looking at this light over here. So yeah, definitely do some candle work to protect yourself. But in the end, it all works out for you. You're going to be happy. You're going to get exactly what you want. All right, my moon babes, my pile one. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your energy, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, my pile two. Let's get into what is coming next for you this summer. Royalty. Ooh. Soulmate. Oh. Okay. Compromise. Ooh. Okay, so the vibe that I'm getting right off the bat is a kingdom spouse, divine counterpart, something of that nature. This definitely feels like love. It feels heavily like love. This feels like I'm seeing the Lovers in my mind's eye, but it definitely feels like a power couple. And with compromise coming out, I get that your communication is like very, very strong, or it's going to be improving over the summer if it's not currently strong. I'm recording this one day after the full moon in Sagittarius. So tying it back to that energy, you might want to work on releasing any blocks in communication, as well as third-party blocks. I did not plan to say third-party blocks, but that's what came out, and my finger just immediately came here. Now, I'm not getting the sense of like, oh girl, he cheating or nothing like that, but there's something here that seems to be blocking understanding is what I just heard. I'm going to clarify with the Tattoo Tarot as always. Any of the decks that I'm using will be linked in the description. Sorry I keep moving the cards, but I'm trying to make it so where like it makes sense, like where it visually should be, because I'm filming with a new setup. But yeah, I'm getting this vibe of over the next 3 months, over the summer, you coming into alignment with this person. And I'm getting the heavy sense of romance. It doesn't have to be. It could be a friend or a coworker, but I really, really strongly am feeling love. So I feel like most of you guys will be resonating. As much as I love this deck, it's not easy to shuffle. The cards are hella thick, and like I tried breaking them in, but oof. See, like, why is it doing that?
Why do we keep doing that? Like, it's going this way. Like, no, I'm fucking trying to straighten it down. This shit keep going like, whoop. Like, no, go do. What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like that's a confirmation of what I was talking about with the communication. Like, if your communication isn't the best with this person right now, by the way, if this is love, this is definitely somebody that you already know, that you're already in cahoots with, okay? This ain't no new energy. This is not new energy at all. Yeah, I just split the deck. I said earlier, third party, 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands in reverse. Ooh, yeah, and with that, I feel like maybe this compromise, this improved communication is because this counterpart, this other person realizes that the people that they might have been talking to about the situation with, or let's say I'm getting a storyline of like someone leaving for work or for school, like leaving, like moving cities or towns, or like even moving out of state. And them saying like, oh, I'm choosing this path because I'm choosing myself. And I don't get the sense of it being like a malicious thing of like, oh, I don't like you, but it's just being the thing of like, oh, I need to choose myself in this moment. Yeah, 4 of Wands up right now and 7 of Wands in reverse. Like this, I don't get the sense that this person like left or ditched you or anything out of like, oh, I don't like you, I hate you, or anything like that. I get the sense that it was just a personal choice. Like, this is what made the most sense for them moving forward. But now they're realizing they're coming out of alignment with whatever. They're coming out of alignment with whatever this thing is that they chose over you. And I don't like saying it like that because it doesn't feel like they chose something over you. It just feels like they chose themselves. And I know that might be different to hear in a tarot reading, because a lot of times on these YouTube readings we hear like, oh, they're gonna regret choosing something over you. And it's like, bitch, can we just breathe? Can we just take a moment to get ourselves together? Can we just, okay? Over here when I do love readings and stuff like that, like, I don't talk about, unless I see that verbatim, I'll mention it, but I don't talk about things from the perspective of a pouty toddler. We're all grown. We got shit to do. We got our own personal lives. So like, if somebody decides like, I don't want to be here, that doesn't make them a demon. It doesn't make them a villain. Oh, yeah, and that might be the mishap in the communication. It's like a misunderstanding of priorities. Spirit, can you clarify this royalty? Six of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is definitely somebody that you have history with, like, you know them, you've already been in cahoots with them. Some of you, it might even be some sort of religious factor. So you could be an interfaith couple, or y'all might have like different spiritual beliefs or spiritual practices, and that might have been a hindrance. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It is a queen, but this doesn't mean that it's indicative of a female or a woman. This is just the energy, okay? So a feminine energy is present here. Oh, wow. Yeah, Queen of Coins, clarifying royalty. This is definitely somebody that you have history with, because coins is pentacles. The suit of pentacles refers to the earth, and when I think about the earth and timelines, this is like years. So like somebody you've spent years with. Let's see. Oh, okay. Now, didn't I say third party situation? I'm not gonna say that this was necessarily a particular person that they left you for. This could just be a heavy influence. So it could be a mom or a sister or a niece or something to that effect. If I'm reading this in a friendship or a platonic sense, this would indicate a power couple in the sense of like collaborating with things, or collaborating for things, collaborating for an end goal. With the suit of pentacles and the suit of cups here together, this lets me know there's like a very nurturing vibe. So someone very, very, very close, if this is not love related. And Knight of Swords, this is again communication. I really feel like in the next 3 months, like you and this person, whoever came to mind initially when I first pulled the cards or flipped them over, you and this person get on the same page for sure. And Ten of Swords, this is one of the best cards to see in reverse. This is like the worst part being over. This comes after the Nine of Swords, which is all about being overwhelmed, being exhausted, being anxious, sleepless nights, constantly worrying about bullshit, okay? And with the Suit of Swords coming out so heavy, especially close to compromise. This is definitely like you getting on the same page with this person in terms of communication. So in the next 3 months, I would say you could expect a conversation. Spirit, what is compromise here for? This is crazy. Pile 1 had the world come out in this position too, in a totally different deck. So what needs to be compromised? Immediately, what I'm thinking about when I see this card is all the fixed energy. Okay, fixed energy. Taurus and Scorpio are fixed earth and water signs. So what needs to be compromised, which sounds absolutely insane because it's like fixed signs are the worst when it comes to changing a position, a thought process, a policy or a procedure that they have. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a lot of messages all at once, but I just heard, what's the motherfucking procedure when a bad bitch walk in the room? So like what needs to be compromised is your perspective about something. And I find it very interesting and kind of comical that this would come out under compromise because fixed signs are fixed in their position. Like once they have come to a conclusion, once they've met with the board of directors in their head, they're like, okay, that's it. Moving forward, like I don't need to hear anybody else's thoughts. Especially with Taurus energy, like Taurus energy loves to be like, they'll sit there and be quiet, like pretend like they're listening to you, but it's literally going in one ear and out the other. So with me saying that, you might need to listen to understand instead of listen to refute a position. Ooh, hot diggity dog. King of coins. So now we have a counterpart on the board. So yeah, definitely heavy Taurus energy, heavy Scorpio energy. Y'all finally get on the same page. What might need to be compromised as well, excuse me, I'm getting something about finances. So like if you're conjoining, is that a word? If you are joining finances, there needs to be some clarity about like what's coming in, what's going out, how you're utilizing the funds that are readily available to you. Yeah. So this is I believe it's the page. Oh, this is crazy because we got 10 of Cups in the first pile too. So some of you might be coming from pile 1. Or you might have been drawn to pile 1 and just didn't click on it. Girl, go back and watch it because it might be some messages for you there. It kind of feels the same as well, because I did say something about like somebody coming in to help you like get recognition. But I want to say this is, oh no, it's the page. And it's interesting because in that pile too, we got a page in this like section of the reading as well. But Page of Coins, y'all need to get on the same page about finances. If this is romantic, if this is platonic, you still need to get on the same page about finances or like resources, like how to allocate what's coming in, especially if this is like business, so like a business partnership. I'm getting a very clear message of like multiple members of an entity. Let's say you have like 3 or 4 business partners and all of y'all have credit cards that go to the same like line of credit. There needs to be either some training or something about like schooling somebody on like money doesn't just grow on trees. It actually comes from someplace. We have to pay this back. This is not free money. There needs to be some sort of education in terms of how to properly function with the money and the resources that you've been given. And like I said, over the next 3 months, or by the end of summer, like, you and this person will be on the same page. And I feel like this is a beautiful place to end the reading, because we have the 10 of Cups. Like, you can't get no happier than the 10 of Cups. And oh yeah, see the peace sign underneath all of these cups up here? The peace sign to me indicates, like, yeah, you guys do reach some sort of agreement. You reach some sort of understanding with each other, and things are very peaceful from here on out. That's not to say that there won't be challenges or difficulties in the future. But yeah, you definitely get the peace in the end. I feel like this section was really about guidance, so I'm not going to shuffle anymore, because your guidance is to compromise. Your guidance is to learn how to better communicate, how to listen to understand, and not listen to refute. And I'm not saying that this other person has nothing that they need to learn, or that they are just so perfect, but you are the one who clicked on this reading. So I'm picking up on your energy. I'm reading your shit. So that's what I have for you. I hope it resonated. Please leave me some emojis or a comment. It really helps to push the reading out, push the video out, and it helps the stats of the channel and the algorithm and all of the things. But thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for spending time with me, and until the next time, I love you so much. Ciao. Oh, pile 3. I am channeling quite a bit for y'all. Let me take a sip of water. I'm getting this song that features James Brown in it. It's a newer song though, but they like sampled a part of one of his works. I'll put it in the description or the comments or something, but the song is called Bad, and I don't know who the artist is, but the intro of the song is James Brown's voice. Bad motherfucker. So yeah, I get the sense that you are about to step into this era, like, over the next 3 months. By the end of summer, you're stepping into this time where you're very beautiful, you're very magnetic, you're very attractive, alluring even. Yeah, like, people are really seeing you as bad. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, you're stepping into this time where people are seeing you for what you are, who you are. Not where you've been, but where you going, baby. And where you're at in the moment when these people see you. There is no negotiating. There is no compromise. There is no going back and forth. Like, it just is what it is. I know you see this middle card. Don't worry. Fertility, pregnancy, when it comes out in a reading, it doesn't necessarily have to be a baby. It could be a project or a new job, a new endeavor, you birthing something metaphorically. So I'm going to use playing cards to clarify these cards that we have out. Some of you may be working with Orishas, or like curious about, I want to say it's Oshun, who is represented by peacocks. If it's not Oshun, it's Yamaya. But those two Orisha are coming through very prominently. And I want to say Oshun is the Orisha of fertility. Like, people work with her to get babies. So if you do want an actual literal human child, and you are culturally allowed to work with her, I would say this is a go ahead. What else am I getting? Yeah, I'm just hearing that song Bad over and over, like the beat. And it's such a good beat too. Like, if this is literal pregnancy, you look the fuck good while you're pregnant over the summer. Even if it's hot and sweaty and you feel like you're a hot mess, like people don't see you like that. I'm also getting the sense of like people seeing some sort of duality to you. Or them like not being able to quite put their finger on certain aspects of who you are as an individual. And that's because you're so dualistic. These two masks look very, very similar. I wonder, I wonder how that's gonna come into play. But Spirit, can you talk about this negotiate energy? Like, why is this here? Why is negotiate here? Okay, Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, like I said, people aren't going to be able to deny that you look good. People aren't going to be able to deny that you're powerful. We have the Knight of Wands upright. So what I'm really getting off of this energy is like your duality doesn't work for people and you move on very quickly. It's almost like they have this like preconceived notion of who you should be instead of actually seeing you for who you are. And over the next 3 months, by the end of summer, like they're finally going to be able to see you for who you are because you're birthing something big and something important. Okay, that's very clear. Thank you, Spirit. I was gonna say like what is being birthed. So we have Six of Cups. This is so interesting how the same cards come out in different decks for different piles. But anyway, Six of Cups. So what you are birthing is something that you have been emotionally tied to for a very long time. Six of Cups is very nostalgic energy. So this could even be like a childhood dream or something that you wrote in your journal. I'm getting that very, very, very specifically. I'm seeing a card from the Mermaid Tarot, the Knight of Pentacles. She's sitting under a tree and she has this book and she's writing in the book. And sometimes when I'm like journaling or writing or working on something, I'll like pause for a moment and look out and just gaze off into the distance while I'm thinking because that helps me think. So I'm getting that very strongly, like you, not necessarily planning the logistics of this thing, but like dreaming about it and writing about it. This could even be a book, like you publishing a book. Yeah, Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is a really good card to see in the reverse. And I'm saying it's reverse because the imagery of the blue fin is upside down. Normally in playing cards, you can't really tell, but since these playing cards are like this, I'm gonna read it as such. But this is something that you have wanted for a very long time. With cups and fire or water and fire energy coming out, like this is definitely something that you feel very, very passionately about. If it's not a literal book, it's some sort of like communications, some sort of like publicity even, like articles being written on you, or you being a guest on a podcast, or you collaborating with someone. Social media is kind of coming through. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, it's almost like you don't feel fully fulfilled because this thing hasn't been birthed yet. And maybe over the next 3 months, I just noticed we have 369 here. You might be using the 369 manifestation method. I have a short on here from a while back. If you scroll through the page, you'll find it, and it has the details of like what to do. But getting very strongly that you were feeling some sense of lack without this thing coming to fruition. And excuse me, I'm also getting like you holding it very closely to your chest, like, excuse me, with me burping, it's giving suppression. But like the pressure, because gas, that's all burping is like releasing the gas. I'm hearing another song, temperature's rising and it's not surprising. Okay, the temperature is rising and it's not surprising. So the not surprising part, what I'm getting from that, especially with looking at prideful, is like you already knew that you were going to win, and the people around you knew that you were going to win too. It was just a matter of time. And with all of the progression here, it's giving like, yes, you've been intentional about your energy, but it's also giving the vibe of like not knowing what you don't know and just like putting one foot in front of the other. I'm getting strong like entrepreneurship vibes from this pile. Like this doesn't necessarily feel like a literal pregnancy. Spirit, can we talk about prideful? Why is prideful here? Ooh, Seven of Swords. I don't like that. Can we clarify a little bit more, please? Oh, okay. Prideful. Prideful with Seven of Swords and Two of Cups in reverse. That gives the Nine of Swords. That also gives the Nine of Cups. Oh, and we have the Nine of Pentacles here. Nines talk about, I always tie nines back to the Hermit. But also the Moon card. I'm seeing that in my mind's eye as well. So prideful looks like it's here because somebody did some shady, shisty shit and they felt entitled to do it. I'm getting heavy entitlement energy, especially with all these hearts. It's giving Cancer energy. So I don't know if like you have a Cancer in your energy or had a Cancer in your energy and you got rid of them, and like that's what propels you to that's what propels you to bring this to fruition, or energetically it clears. Road opener. Seeing a road opener very, very strongly. So yeah, like you getting rid of this person or distancing yourself from them. If this isn't a Cancer, this could mean like you leaving home, or like you moving cities, town, state, whatever. You literally physically leaving because whatever was there before, just it was not it was not the vibe, it was not what you were looking for. Can we clarify? Okay. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yes, that's literally what the fuck I just said. Like the vibe just was not there. The look, it was no. Ooh, why do I always hear this song? I feel like there are other messages on here where I'm hearing this song. You've abandoned me, love don't live here anymore. I'm gonna have to go find that song as well. Any songs that I channel, I'll put them in the description or in the comments. But I'm saying very strongly like you getting rid of somebody or leaving a place because you felt like it was shady, shisty shit and like there was no love there. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups gives us the Three of Cups. So it didn't feel like the vibe. Now, if this is about like a literal child or about family, I'm getting a storyline of like someone leaving a baby daddy, a partner, like leaving them because they were so prideful. And if there was infidelity there, they were cocky about the infidelity. But heavy on the emotions. Spirit, can we talk about guidance for my pile 3? Guidance. Oh, see. Guidance for my pile 3. Oh, okay, yeah. So now I'm getting a heavy storyline of divorce, like somebody leaving a partner. Yeah, Queen of Swords in reverse. It's giving, make sure your ducks are in a row. If this is representing your energy, like, you don't need to tell this person like what your moves are. Like, talk to your attorney for that. Saying that specifically because this card is negotiate. Now, if this is not your energy, if this is indicative of someone else, I feel like this is just confirming that it's not going to be easy to like part ways with them. They're going to try to seek some sort of like legal retribution. I feel like I said something about entitlement, like this person feels entitled to something. But with 8 of Cups here, leave. Leave. Like, don't let the cycle continue. This is the only 8 we have out here. Don't let the cycle continue, especially if you have kids with this person. Like, sometimes it's better to be, this is motherfucking crazy. Queen of Cups. Yeah, if you do have kids with this person that you're needing to like get away from, distance yourself from, like sometimes leaving the person or not having that person physically around is actually better for the kid, because then the kid doesn't see y'all fighting and scuffling and shuffling and all that. Now, I'm not saying that a kid doesn't need both parents, because I firmly believe that. That's personally why I have chosen to not have kids of my own, because I believe that, you know, kids need to grow up in a 2-parent household. I also say this as someone who did not have that luxury. But the guidance here is better boundaries, communicating from a fair place, but also like prioritizing yourself and your safety. You need to leave. You need to leave. And lastly, we have Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles talks about like tangible things. So if I were to say like predictions in terms of what's to come in the next 3 months, if you are married or you're partnered with someone and you have been feeling this inkling, this call, this tug on your heartstrings to leave, I get the sense that Spirit is saying like that's exactly what you need to do. For some of you, you might need to be a little stealthy with it. Heavy emphasis on use your intuition. And I said something earlier about Cancer energy. Cancer energy is coming through very strong for this reading. But that is what I have for you. I hope that it resonated. Please leave some comments, emojis, whatever in the comments. It helps to push the video out with YouTube's crazy ass algorithms. And it helps get the message to people who need to hear them. So thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for allowing me to tap into your energy. And until the next time, you know where to find me. All my links are below. Currently only on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. So if you see Soulful Soothe anywhere else, it ain't me. Don't give them no money. But I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Ciao.